we are losing this pot, I guess. Which is very sad. I wanted to win this pot, but you don't get to decide when you win pots. The cards and the ranges kind of do, you know? I think just rip it in here. Looks like we're winning a flip. PSR in the building. Hey, weirdos, how we looking? Calling the big blind with king jack. Flop is jack 6-7. It goes check check. We're gonna bet the turn. Jam the river. Aces. Aces trying to get into the grand. Yuri goes for the open. First impression is flat here. I think they're going to fold to a lot of 3-bet jams because they're opening on 19 blinds, 18 and a half. So they're just going to have a really large raise fold range. And here with flatting, we can induce squeezes behind from both players. And stacks are short enough, it's easy to get the money in post-flop relatively. So we call with aces. We go to a flop of 9-6-4. If they bet small, we call. Don't think we have a raising range here in theory. Obviously, this is a very dicey line, but I like it. Bet call raise to 56. We don't fold here, basically. We just don't fold. Good luck. Nut flush draw queens. Set of sixes. Oh, let's go! The ace, baby! Sevens? I think so. Yeah. I mean, it's cut off first button. I think we have to call with sevens here. And if we win this flip, we're in such a good spot, but we've got to dodge the world. Keep it low. Let's go! It's not low, but it's good enough. We're three-handed, chat. We are three-handed. So top two take a stack through. But again, this is into the 1K grand, right? So it's not like we don't get paid if we make it through. We have to play the whole tournament once we make it through. So we basically just saved $900 on entering if we go through with a 1K stack. If we go with a 200K stack, you know, it's like we have 1/5 of a start stack into the next phase. So there's no ICM here. There's no ICM at all. Or the ICM is like minuscule. It's smaller than the first hand of a new tournament ICM. Open, get a call. Ace 9-6 on the flop. Bet. Really not worried about check raises in the spot. I think small bet is fine. I'm just wondering if this is a spot where we want to go half pot or check, but I'm going to go 1/3 anyways. Like with our actual hand, we like this sizing, so it's fine. Fine. Michael. Thinking it through. Calls. Turn on the 8. Check. Check. And I think I'm going to win this pot almost always. We just call. But it's about what they can call the raise with, right? Like that's the main factor. Like queen jack is not going to call the raise, so we don't like, we know we win, but it's about what they pay off the raise with, not where we stand against the bet. So we just call. Sevens, ace 8, big flip to take it to the next stage, but that's an 8. That's very sad, Dottie. Very, very sad to lose that. Big pots. You're welcome one, you're welcome all. We're going to limp in you for 6,000. Start the tunes up again. Half pot is fine here, I think. Bluff river. I mean, a lot of our draws are going to make the best hand here, so I think just pretend we have it, even though we have 6-high. We have aces three-handed here in this grand potential. I think we need to flat this against Plek Plek. Yeah, it's just like we're three-handed. We have a very strong hand. I mean, unfortunately, we got to put the moves on Plek here. King 10-8. Yeah, fast, I think, here. Good fold, Plek. All Z marbles. Michael jams, we call. They fold, we raise. Queen 7-4. Start with a check. Check again. I don't think it's a great hand to bet here. I think we should check. But not fold, of course. But, like, check is good. Damn. Okay. Go to a Jack 3-4 flop. This hand is going to be pretty simple probably. Goes check check, turns an ace. This is a good card for the range. I think we check call, check decide now. It's the worst card in the deck for us, but it's still like, you know, we have a good hand. Really bad run out. I think we give up. We're on 860. We raise. Ready to gamble against Michael if they want to go all in. And they call. Small bet, don't fold. They have just over a pot size bet left on a board where they're going to have some straight draws and flush draws that we're actually beating with king high. There's just too much money in the pot here, right? Like we're 8 blinds deep pre-flop. So don't fold now. When they have a 7, we have 2 overcards and et cetera, et cetera. Just don't have a 9 is ideal. We're ahead of king 5. We win. And we are going through chat. We are going through. We are day 2 of the grand on just under starting stack for $109. So that's pretty amazing. With the 8s in position, I think we call this squeeze. Flop a full house against Jerry Odin. That is good news. Yeah, I'm just going to raise here. Maybe not, actually. I was thinking about whether I wanted to raise or not. Raising is kind of a leveling thing where it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like most Jack X is just going to want to call on the flop. Heart draws are probably just going to want to call on the flop. So it's just kind of like, what do you have? But I think I'll play it this way instead, especially with the full house. Like, yeah. Bet a 165. We call again and just have to dodge the jack, basically. 2 outs. We lose to 1 combo. Jack, jack. That's it. We beat everything else. Cooler. I think we should open a 7 here. This stack is 9 blinds deep. 9.5. So if they reshove, we can probably just call. Although it's actually kind of close with a7. But anyways, I think it's a fine open. We take it down. And we are chip leader of the grand, dude. We are number 1 in the grand. Let's go. Unless they were double big blind. But I feel like they were they under the gun? I don't know what happened there, to be honest. But we win the pot nonetheless. It's fine. And we open the best hand in poker. Aces. Deuce 9-8. So I think there will be some bigger bets on this board probably. But I think if we're going to choose overpairs to big bet, it's going to be 10s, jacks, queens, which are more vulnerable and have, on scary turns, they actually improve a little bit. Whereas aces and kings do not have to protect over those on those overcards. Small bet call, 10 on the turn. What bluffs can they have that we beat? Like ace-7 and diamond draws. But then everything else has made something fairly strong. So do we want to turn aces into a bluff here? No, I don't think so. I think they're just going to call a 2-pair. I don't think it makes sense. So yeah. We turned a set against Victor here, which is amazing. Check, check at the flop. Turn they pot it. We just call with the set. Yeah. If we get into a raising situation, we're going to get it in against straights. We can get value from raising on the turn for sure, but like allow them to continue bluffing and they're going to value on themselves with some hands. They pot it. It's just a call on the backdoor flush completing. Unfortunate. We'll never know if it would have worked if I pulled the trigger. I'm guessing it would not have worked. This turn is very awkward. Check raise is good. Unblocking diamonds as well. Unblocking these straight cards is a good spot. think it's a good spot to check raise bluff. I think this is the best hand to do it with. I don't think it's a good idea with queen jack, with queen 10, with jack 10. Those are the hands we want them to have here, that we want them to be capable of folding. I think our story with a king totally makes sense. And we don't want to have diamonds. We want them to have diamonds in their range. Kashmir is all in for 12 blinds. We're going to call. If pads jams, it sucks, but we fold. Okay. Here we go. Ace 10 against 4 is a big flip in the grand. That's a 10. Let's go, chat. 838 coming our way. Hello, everyone. I think I have the coolest piece of poker software you've ever seen today. It is called Hybrid Poker. Brand new piece of poker learning software where you test your score against myself, against Daniel Negreanu, against Bill Perkins, and see how you score against the three of us, as well as other poker players as well. But Hybrid Poker learns about you, the player, this is really cool. As Hybrid Poker gets to know you, it's going to tell you what to work on. There's a link to the IQ test down below. Try it for free. I think you'll like it. So try it out. Ace Queen. This is a good hand. Ace Queen O. Raise, call a jam from Vojtek. Call 3 bets. Call a jam, call 3 bet. Is the way. Pads opens, we 3 bet. Enrico opens is the one spot where it's a call, I think. Sadly. And it is sad. It sucks, but I think when we 3-bet and we're 40 blinds deep, we're getting ourselves in terrible spots. When they 4-bet all in, do we call, do we fold? We're like, and we don't want to enter that spot. But, you know, hey, we got a pretty good hand. Check. This spot really sucks, man. This spot really, really sucks because it's just like, who the heck bluffs here? Really, you know? We have the ace of hearts, but it's just like, how can you bluff in this spot? How? Calling in the big blind. They have ace deuce, ace 3, ace 5, ace 7. They're probably going to check call ace jack, ace 10. It's such a suicidal spot to bluff, especially when both of us have ace-x in our range so heavily. I mean, it's an exploit fold, of course. Like, theory's just going to call, but, like, people under-bluff that spot, I think. And if we got bluffed so sick, I mean, so sick. Wow. You know, like, we play ace-queen pre-flop, we river top pair, no money's gone in the middle, and we just fold, but I think we just lose. Hate our life against a Simon Open, 3-bet Enrico, 3-bet pads, raise if it folds to us. Once again, we kind of just get the worst person to open here. I don't think I want to run this for 40 blinds. I'm going to flat. Also find a flat here, and if we get squeezed behind, it's okay. King 6-7. Just wondering if we have a lead. Check on the flop. We check the turn, they bet 125. I think we call. We do have the best hand sometimes with ace queen. For what it's worth, they could be betting the ace of diamonds. I don't know. And we're probably going to lose a spot if they bet the river, which they do. Grand ace 8-8. We're going to bet some, check some. I think standard is going to be check here. Like, we definitely want to check ace deuce through ace 6 often. I think ace 7, ace 9, ace 10, ace jack sometimes, and then just value bet ace king, ace queen is kind of how I'm going to break that down. They bet the turn. We call, I think, very clearly. Either bet fold the river or check back. I'm going to check back. I think it's tough to get paid from other hands. Aces in the grand. Stacks are good for a 3-bet fold, so I'm going to 3-bet this time. You can also flat. You can also call here to slow play, but I think the stack's set up well enough that I am going to have a reasonable 3-bet bluffing range here. Sven opens. 3-bet, yeah. Take it down. We've got a nice stack at the grand of against Mark to call the shove. And against Sven to jam. We're against Mark. Jack's against ace king. We got a flip here. Keep it low. Yes, let's go. 1.3 million coming our way. Good stuff. We are down to 20 remaining players. We're actually going to be in 8th place. It'll update in a second. 20 left. Now ace king offsuit. With a very interesting 40 blinds here. Close to the money bubble. So we can make it like this. Yeah, I think this is better. I think if we're going to jam, it's going to be ace-queen offsuit. I think ace-king offsuit is too strong to jam for 40 blinds. We want to induce 4-bets here with worse hands. And we get a call. King 6 deuce, 2 hearts. We're going to bet 33%. We get a call, 9 of spades on the turn. I think we're all in here. Just the pure amount of draws we can have in this spot, I think we want to jam. I was thinking about checking to induce, but I don't think when there's double flush draws and a bunch of straight draws, so we're just all in. That's a cooler. Ace king into kings on the king high board. That's a cooler.